Shalom. First and foremost, I want to begin this lesson by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rekah Kwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well, and Shalom to the hopeful elect of the nation of Israel. I'm the brother Tazayar, and I'm back with another lesson. And the title of this lesson is going to be Continue Enduring to the End, because a lot of times, it gets real hard. We get tempted by this flesh. We get tempted by Satan, by the people around us. But we got to keep pushing forward. You got to deny your flesh and walk in the Spirit and remember the mission. And you see these prophecies. These prophecies are jumping out of the book, man. We're so close to the end. And the fact that we made it this far is going to get a lot harder, but we made it to this point. So we have to remember and continue to be rooted in these scriptures, because they give us strength and comfort. So let's start with the book of 2 Timothy chapter 2 and verse 3. It reads, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai Hamashiach." So you got to understand, we're men of the Lord, but we're also soldiers in this truth, because at any moment danger can present itself. And hey, we're not bitch made men, we're men. And if you got to get your hands dirty and throw down, or pray to the Lord that he gives you hands of war, we handle the situation. And we have to remember that the Lord will give us that spiritual power. We just have to endure and walk in humility. But we're definitely soldiers and warriors in this truth. The next precept I had is 1 Peter chapter 2 and verse 9. It reads, "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him who hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light." And that's exactly what the Lord did when he woke us up. He took us out of that dark place we were in, because we were very wicked, just as the rest of the world, and as 2/3 of our own people. We're very wicked before we came into this truth, and we repented. And it's a beautiful thing, man, having this truth. It gives you purpose. It gives you drive and motivation in this life, in this fallen kingdom, because we want to get out of here already, and we're enduring, because it's not pleasant. It might be cool at times, we're men, we get blessed as well, but we also catch hell, and we want to get out of here. But we have to remember, the key to making it onto that chariot is enduring. Just how Yahweh Shai endured that cross, and how the prophets of old endured all the hell that they caught. The next precept I have is Romans chapter 8 and verse 17. It reads, "And if children, then heirs of God, and joint heirs with Hamashiach, if so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together." So our labor is not going to be in vain. Our sufferings and the hell we catch is not going to be in vain. The Lord is going to recompense us for what we did for this word and what we did for the kingdom. Just how Yahweh Shai is going to get exalted, hey man, Lord willing, I'm part of that elect. And if those listening are part of the elect, we're going to be glorified with Yahweh Shai. We're going to be joint heirs. And that's if you can really paint a picture of like how amazing it's going to be in the kingdom with Yahweh Shai, like words can't explain it, man. And that's what we strive for. But we also have to suffer like he did. And that's the point of this lesson. The next precept I had is Ecclesiasticus chapter 15 and verse 6. "He shall find joy and a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name." And this is speaking of wisdom. Wisdom is going to cause us to inherit an everlasting name if we endure to the end. We're going to be remembered in the kingdom. Just how I speak as a man, but how we read the scriptures, we read about the prophets of old, we read about Yahweh Shai in the kingdom. I speak as a man, but I believe they're going to read about us. Our story is going to be told for eternity, and not just for a season, for eternity. Let's read that again. He shall find joy and a crown of gladness, and she shall cause him to inherit an everlasting name. And that's, hey man, we humbly speaking, I just want salvation, but this is just a bonus, man. We endure to the end. We keep pushing this word and combat whatever Esau throws at us. We're going to be exalted. And our wildest dreams in righteousness is going to come true, man. The Lord is going to come through for us. The next precept I had is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 11. It reads, Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. I'll keep it with that one. Behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take that crown. So we have to hold on to this truth, because if we slip, the Lord can take it from us. Because many are called, but few are chosen. And we don't know if we're the elect. Until we make it to that chariot, we don't know if we're the elect. So we have to hold on to this truth. Hold that fast which thou hast. Because this is the most precious thing on this earth, man. This word, this wisdom. Because so many people are going to die. That's just what it is. So many people are going to die in the lake of fire with the plagues. They're going to take that mark, that charagma. But hey, man, we're striving for that crown of life. Let's get Ecclesiasticus chapter 2 and verse 2. Set thy heart aright, and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. So just how the apostles say, we have to be comfortable being uncomfortable, because it's going to get real uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? This society is going to collapse. And along with that collapse, all your comforts, that warm bed you have, that warm shower, that refrigerator full of food, that's all going out the window for everybody. And we're going to be in the midst of that. So we just have to really step out on faith, because just how the Lord came through for our forefathers via miracles, via the angels, best believe he's going to come through for us. Because a lot of those men are back on the earth today. And those same miracles that the Lord did for them, he's going to do even more for us. Because what do they say? What do the apostles say? This exodus, this deliverance is going to top the one that, how the Lord, Salakia, how the Lord, what's that word I'm looking for? Damn, there's a word I'm looking for. Delivered, Salakia, yeah. How the Lord delivered the Israelites in ancient Egypt. This deliverance via the chariots, via Yahushai's chariot, is going to top that. So now imagine all the miracles that happened. And man, we're going to see some amazing things. So hey, we're going to catch a little hell, endure. Just take a deep breath in. Just hold it together, because it's just temporary. The next precept I had, Matthew chapter 24 and verse 13. It reads, But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. It's this one. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. You see that? Those who endure. And ultimately the elect are going to endure to the end. The Lord's going to give them that cold spirit to handle the chaos that's coming. And we're going to rejoice. We're going to rejoice in the midst of that chaos. Because wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of these times. And we're in these times. We're definitely in these times. And that's what, that should light a fire under you, because we're so close to the finish line. Keep pushing forward. Let's get Luke 21 and verse 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. And that's exactly, all these things are happening. World War III, the economic collapse, MOTB. You see all the chariot sightings, the angels are presenting themselves, and this devil's being exposed. All these prophecies are coming to pass, man. We're at the very end of this thing. And I know there's a lot of scoffers that say, you guys talk about the same thing. What else is there to talk about, man? This is everything to us. And this doesn't get old, man. This is my favorite thing to do. You come back in your lot, right? Lord willing, I'm a prophet of the Lord. Hey, man, we're going to keep prophesying and pushing this word. Yeah, I got a couple precepts on deck. Check this out. This is Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, Salakia. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. Because we don't have 5-10 years now, man. We're taking it day by day. Because the Lord can come. We have to haste his return. And we can't be comfortable. We can't get comfortable. We got to be on our toes. We can't slip up and go off again. Nah, we're so close to our salvation, man. This is heavy right here. Romans 13:12. That's not that one. Salakia. Well, this is the precept I had. Our salvation is nearer than when we believed. And we see these prophecies. We see what Yahushua told us to look for. Like, how much more obvious that we're at the very end of this captivity. If you go back into the world, hey, man, you deserve to burn in that lake of fire. Because the Lord definitely showed us mercy. We're still in a grace period. The Lord definitely showed us mercy. There's going to be no excuse. Once he takes us off the street and doors of mercy are closed, these people are going to have no excuse. He gave them plenty of time to get right. This is John 15:20. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. And we're not greater than Yahushua. He went through that fire. He drank up that cup. Best believe we're going to have to go through that as well. But the Lord is going to be with us. And we have to remember. Let's go a verse back. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. And the hate is going to amplify. Once they find a reason to demonize the Israelites, the real prophets of the Lord, everybody's going to hate us. And that's when there's going to be danger left and right, you know? Hey, but that's the walk we have to. This is the marvelous light we were called in. This is a battle. That's why the first precept I had, we're soldiers, we're warriors for Yahushua. And we don't fear this danger. It's part of the mission. And Lord willing, we make it to the end. That's gonna be a hell of a story to tell. We're gonna have a hell of a story to tell. And I thank the Lord that he called me for this mission. The next precept is James chapter 5 and verse 11. Behold, we count them happy which endure. Ye have heard the patience of Job, and have seen the end of the Lord, that the Lord is very pitiful and of tender mercy. So yeah, there's a balance to this. Yeah, we're going to be catching hell, but we're also going to be receiving these blessings and miracles. And the last precept I had, Revelation 2:10. Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Hey man, Lord willing, he doesn't take the spirit from us. We're going to remain faithful until we get to that guillotine or whatever the Lord has in store for us. We're going to handle that. And it's crazy because I be watching a lot of like prison videos because it's very interesting. Like, it's fucking crazy in there, right? And some of us might have to be in the midst of those wicked ass killers, man, sodomites. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what goes down in them prisons. And a lot of times, you know, you go into, especially here in California, they're very ruthless prisons. You go into a prison, you got to join a gang, you got to put in work to survive in there. So we have to deny that shit. We're not going to, if we don't fear Esau, we're not going to fear these inmates. Like, we have to really think about this. Like, you got to really hope the Lord delivers you in this situation. What if you're in a maximum security prison? You got these fucking killers going up to you like, hey, what's up, homie? They hand you a knife. Or they tell you to do some dirt. You're going to be like, nah, man, I ain't going to do that. Boom, you just made yourself a target. Hey, but that's a beautiful time for the Lord to give you that spiritual power, you know? So just something to meditate on. So I pray this lesson was edifying. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, who taught me this 100% truth. and shalom to the hopeful elect. Keep pushing this word, keep pushing forward, Akim. We almost out of here. Shalom.